Hey everybody, it's Megan. It's actually editing Megan real quick. So I know that you can see it on the thumbnail and by was it timeline that this video is 40 minutes long. I wanted to acknowledge that at the beginning of the video and just let you know, like, you don't have to watch the whole thing. I'll try and leave timestamps in the description box and maybe pinned first comment. So that way, if there are certain sections that you're really interested in looking at, like the A6, A5 weeks, and maybe the accessories, you can jump straight to those parts. And I think I have kind of a long intro because I tend to ramble, so you can skip that part as well. I would really love and appreciate it if you were able to watch the whole thing, but I totally understand if you can't or don't want to. So yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge that. And if you are planning to watch the entire 40 minutes of video, thank you so much. And definitely grab a drink, grab a snack, grab a meal, clean your house, catch up on your planning or journaling, anything that you would do during these long videos, definitely go ahead and do that. I do the same thing, planning, cleaning, doing random shit. So anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get started on the actual video. Here we go. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about the 2021 Hobonichi lineup. All right, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Megan, and if you are a returning subscriber, thanks so much for clicking on this video and joining me again. I'm going to go ahead and give you my thoughts and opinions on this year's lineup. Now, this is not something that's new. I know a lot of people have been commenting and kind of like putting down their wish list in the Facebook groups and in the Hobonichi community. This is something that I've actually done every year. I think the only year I didn't do was last year. I remember filming it, but I'm pretty sure I didn't upload it because I stopped editing videos around that time. But I'm pretty sure I did 2019, and I might have even done 2018. So I'll leave a link to those videos if I can still locate them, if you're interested. But in those old videos, it was just me talking to the camera, and then you'd have this little tiny screenshot of the planner covers or what I was talking about. So this year I thought I would try something different where my face is little, because really we don't need to see my face. What we want to see are the Hobonichi covers, right? And I thought that I'd go straight from the website. It'd be a little bit easier for you to follow along if you wanted to, and just see kind of what the layout of the website looks like. I also got this idea from April. She's on Instagram as Penguins Creative, and she's also the host of the Stationery Cafe Community Facebook group, and they do a podcast as well. I'll leave a link to all of her information, but she did a Zoom meeting for basically, it was like a release party. So when this website released in Japan and thus here in the US, Monday evening for us in the US, she did a launch party where it was basically like a initial reactions to all of the new planner goodies. So she basically showed her screen and then kind of walked through each planner, and we all reacted to it. Or we all watched some of the people react to it, which is kind of what I did. Anyway, I'm not going to go through every single planner. That would take forever, but I am going to give you kind of my thoughts and opinions on my favorite ones and the honorable mentions. So I did want to mention her because she did also kind of inspire me to do the website format. And then I'm also going to leave a link to the Hobonichi Techo Facebook group. They're not affiliated with the actual company, I don't think. I think it's just a fan group, but they are a wealth of knowledge and information. These people are have been part of the Hobonichi family, I guess you could say, for years. I think some people have gone back as far as 2015, maybe earlier. They have lots of covers. They have lots of information about the planners. Some of the people actually live in Japan and were able to go to the in-person release of these planners so they could actually see the texture, the detail of the covers. They were able to take photos and video that's not staged, because the Hobonichi website while it's a lot of fun to look at, sometimes because the photos are staged, it's a little bit difficult to tell the colors or the texture, the patterns, that sort of thing. So definitely check out the Facebook group if you're interested in seeing those more like realistic or real life photos. Anyway, enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and get started on this. Oh, one last thing. If you do hear any noises in the background, like tapping, it's my dog. I literally had to close the door on her because as soon as I start filming, she starts walking around in circles, and our whole house is wood flooring with no carpets. So she's super loud. And she was like laying down, sleeping right before I did this. And as soon as I like pulled out the camera and the desk, the laptop, not even filming, she started walking around in circles, playing with her ball. And I'm like, why? Why? Because I'm not paying attention to her anymore. Anyway, if you hear any noise, it's probably her. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So if you're new to Hobonichi, just keep in mind that if you do order from the website or even any third parties or Amazon, they may not all be available on the same date. Sales for these new items do start September 1st. There's a staggered release date for the first 3 days, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of September. There's also a few select items that are not available until October and November, and then there are some items that are Japan only. So just keep that in mind if you are going on the website and planning to order from the actual website. The Hobonichi Facebook group has lots of information on how you can purchase something September 1st, hold your order, and then purchase something on the 3rd, merge the orders together, and get all of them shipped at once. I have no idea how to do that. Please don't ask me. I've only purchased one time. I've never had to merge orders before. All right, here we go. Planners. Okay, so we're going to start with the A6 and then just kind of scroll all the way through all of the different planners, and then I'll end on the accessories. So the planner covers always start with the solid colors, and honestly, I'm not a super big fan of all of these. To me, they look kind of like plain, and not because they're solid colors, but I just am not a big fan of the actual colors themselves. To me, the cherry sky is the brightest and the most vibrant and appeals to me the most. But at least in this picture, even in this picture, it looks kind of like not so bright. But then I also saw another picture where it seemed really bright. So I don't know. I do like the striking color contrast between the red and then the aqua color, but I'm just not feeling any of the solid color covers. Like this blue pistachio, kind of a muted blue color. Not a big fan. The dreamy pink, don't really like the pastel colors. So I don't know. I would probably skip all of those. One thing that did kind of strike my eye is this black gingham. And this is in the A6 size. So I like this inner aqua color. You'll see this color come up a lot. I'm going to talk about it a lot. It's one of my favorite colors, just so you know. But I really like the bright, light, bluey green color. And then I think that it contrasts really well with the black checker. Other than that, though, the black checker is a little bit plain. It's also really like, bam, in your face. And I think I might get bored with this cover if I were to have it the entire year. So I probably wouldn't get this one, but it did catch my eye. Now there's only 2 planners, spoiler, there's only 2 planner covers that I would actually get in the A6 size, and the first one is this one. This is by Ryoji Arai, and the title of this cover is called I Don't Think Anyone Knows, But I'm Always Singing. This is an artist that has been featured through Hobonichi for several years. They've done the donkey, the cat, I think they've done a bridge. I don't know if they did the polar bear or not, but they've done several of these different covers, and I just really like this cover. There's something about the like bright pink with this bluey aqua turquoise color, and then the bird flying. I don't know, it's just really cute. Really appeals to me. So if I were to get an A6 cover, I think it would be this one for sure. And then the inside, you have that bright, vibrant blue. This is definitely like a fun color. I really like the art journal sketched image look to it. But I also don't think it's like overly kiddish or like childish. I still think it would be like, I would totally feel comfortable bringing that around to wherever my work is. Another cover that I kind of liked, but probably wouldn't actually get, I would actually get the accessory with the same image, is the Sean Tan Arrival. And this again is in an A6 size. Let's go ahead and go to the actual image. So I really like this image. I like the kind of, what is it called? Soft look to this. The color scheme of the cover, the outside cover, is really pretty. I like this bird-like creature holding this egg walking through the city. It's really cool. The city itself looks really like interesting and otherworldly. Otherworldly, I think that's what it is that I really like. It's a little surreal, a little bit creepy, but also peaceful. I just really like it. Now, what I don't like is the inside color of this cover. It is not my favorite color brown. It is this dark khaki color that is just not my aesthetic. It's a little bit too utilitarian, I think, for me. And so because of that, that would be a main reason why I wouldn't get this. Another reason why I wouldn't get any of these A6s is because I may not even be using A6 next year. So I'm not using it this year, may not use it next year. I'm still up in the air on what my planner 2021 planner lineup is going to be. All right, so here's a cover that I wanted to just kind of point out that might be really pretty. I actually like the A5 version a little bit better, which I'm going to show later on in the video. This one is pretty. It's basically the same as the A5, except that the background color is gray and the background color of the A5 is white. And I like the white better. I think it creates more of a contrast. But it is a very pretty kind of impressionist style look to it, where you have these like floral patterns. It looks kind of like a garden, but you know, you have to kind of squint and lean back to really see the garden pattern. So it's pretty, but again, the gray color kind of, you know, makes it a little bit like, not my favorite. I didn't mention it, but this is by the artist Kadue. I'm so sorry, I'm probably butchering the names. Kadue Hibino, and it's Karan Gray, A6 size. So this one's actually available in the A6 and the A5 size. This is by Makoto Wada, and it's called The Time Traveling Bird. And they do give you a little bit of like information about the designers underneath, so I think that that's fun. And my understanding is that it's called The Time Traveling Bird because this is the bird that was used on the very first cover of the magazine that this artist created a lot of artwork for, and the cover is like 40 years old or whatever. So it's a really simple cover. Black background, little speckles of white to indicate stars, that really cute little moon, and then this really cute bird just holding a letter. Very simple, very basic, and that there's just not a whole lot going on, but you have the really cute bird in the back pocket panel as well. I do think I might get a little bit bored with this planner because it is so simple, but at the same time, there's something about the simplicity that I also like. So this would be a cover I might consider. All right, I'm going to give you a few honorable mentions for me. So as of right now, the only ones that I would really truly consider is the Time Traveling Bird. I would maybe purchase that one, and then this bird right here. Apparently I have a bird theme going on. Now, here's a few honorable mentions. My honorable mentions are that there's like a couple elements that I like, but then there's a couple elements that I really don't care for, and so therefore I wouldn't get them. But I wanted to point them out. The first one is this one. This is by Noboru Makizuka. It's called Umikoto, and it's the lighthouse cover in the A6 size. So let's bring up a close-up picture of it. I really like the blue tones, and I like the nautical feel to this. What I'm not a super big fan of is the sketched look to the lighthouses, and then also the very overall kind of a muted feel to the color scheme. It is very nautical. You get the stripes on the loops of the planner. The inside has that nice tan color with the anchor and the little red bookmark tassels. And it reminds me a little bit of my dad. My dad loved lighthouses, and he was in the Coast Guard. He loved the water. So this does kind of remind me a little bit of him. And if he had been a planner, like a paper planner, like this might have been a cover I might have considered getting for him. But as far as I know, he wasn't a paper planner, at least not one where you would have a whole notebook that you would use to keep track of things. And he's no longer around. So, he passed away like 8 or 9 years ago. So I don't really have that strong connection to lighthouses like he did. So I wouldn't get this, mostly because of the color scheme, the way that the artwork looks, but I do like elements of it. All right, another one is this one. This is the Mother. I think it's a video game. See, here I'm showing my lack of knowledge on some of the backgrounds behind these images and the artwork. So clearly I have no attachment to this artwork because I don't know anything about it. It's a bunch of villains, I think, because the name of this is called An Enemy Blocked the Way. But what I really do like about it is the color. Like this is the vibrant color that I love. Here's a close-up of it. Again, this is kind of like that greenish teal color. You have the purple, the fuchsia, the hot pink. The characters are really bright and fun. Do I know what any of these characters are? Absolutely not. Do I have any attachment to them? Absolutely not. And that's why I would not get this cover, but I do like the background color of it. So just wanted to point that out. All right, the other one is Astro Boy. So again, I don't really have a super big connection to this character. He's cute. I'm familiar with who he is. I actually really like this cover. I like the white with the blue and the yellow colors. I think that that's a really great combination. I love the schematics to this, or the blueprint look to it. I think that that's a lot of fun, but because I'm not a big Astro Boy fan, to me it's not worth spending the money. Now, if you are a big Astro Boy fan, I think this would be an excellent cover to get. I also saw images where it looked like the cover was shiny. I don't actually know if it is, because from these images it doesn't look shiny, but I swear I saw something where the cover itself looked almost like a shiny plastic. So you'll have to read. If you click on it and you go down to the bottom, they give you kind of the what everything is made of, the interior and the exterior, so you can get a better idea of what type of material it is. And then, like I said, if you can find any unstaged photos of it, that's probably a good way as well. All right, so again, this row here, a whole bunch of covers that, maybe kind of like, I think there's some elements that are cute, but I wouldn't purchase any of these. Sesame Street makes a big, is one of the kind of like key collaborations. Not really attached to any of the Sesame Street items. Elmo's a little bit weird, just having a face on there, and then like the little tiny hands. I don't know. Not a big fan of it. My husband did kind of look over my shoulder during that Zoom meeting on Monday where we all kind of reacted to it. And so he did think that the fuzzy cover was fun, but he didn't like the eyes staring at him. So this is the third cover of I think I originally said there were two covers, but I forgot about the time traveling bird. This is the second cover that I was originally thinking of. This is by Liberty Fabrics and it's called Lockwood. It's also in the A6 size, and I really love the vintage floral look to this one, along with that teal mint. Again, not teal. I keep saying teal, but I know teal's a darker color. That minty aqua color background. I really like the pops of color, the pinks, the oranges, the purples, and then the green on the inside is also really, really pretty. I like that green. It's such a beautiful jewel toned green. I wanted a prom dress in that color way back when I was in high school, and it was so hard to find at the time because everything was like pink and purple and all those colors. So I never actually got to wear an emerald jewel toned green prom dress, but it was something I had always thought about. So it kind of reminds me of that. All right, and that's pretty much it. I think the cats is fun. I would not get the cats because I'm not actually as a cat person. I like cats, but I don't own any. I like the purple. Also, to me, it's a little bit weird to have a bunch of cats on my planner like that, but I can see how people would like it. Like I can appreciate it, and it's fun. There's the outer cover, and then it has a really bright inside. One thing that people were commenting on is that the inner the company or the artist, I guess, is called Candy Stripper with two P's, not Candy Striper. This one's called the Spruced Up Cat. It's in lilac because of the purple background, and it's the A6 size. I'm just going to quickly touch on the Mina Perhonen piece covers. They have this in both the A6 and the A5, and I'm always kind of like, I always have such mixed feelings about this because the stock image that you see on the website always looks really pretty, but it's so expensive. Like, first of all, this is a lottery piece, which means you have to put your name into a lottery and you might get chosen. And then if you get chosen, you pay for it, but it's also like really expensive. So I think the cover itself is, where is it? It's 16,500 Japanese yen, which I think is roughly $165, give or take the currency conversion. It's such a large amount of money for a cover that I don't even know if it's going to be in the same, like, because the patterns are all like, these are the patterns, but the placement is going to be a little bit different. The cut is going to be a little bit different. Like, am I going to get this piece here for number 4 where it actually looks like a tree, or am I only going to get part of it? So I feel like that uncertainty would really make me hesitant in wanting to even put in like my name in the lottery for this one. All right, I think that's pretty much it for the A6 size planner covers. There's a bunch of leather ones, which are cute, or like not cute, but they're very elegant looking, and they, I've heard the leather's a really nice quality, but they're also expensive. Hobonichi also has continued designs, so we can see some of the continued designs here. I remember last year when I had initially filmed the video that I'm pretty sure I never actually uploaded, I talked about how I like the Primavera Red, and which is, and I also like the Hiroshi Hatano Ocean View as well. Maybe I did upload last year. I don't remember. Oh, one thing that is continuing from last year that has grown on me because I've seen the like real photos from actual people who own this planner, and that's the Mina Perhonen Woodbird in the gray color, which is the A6 size. It's a zip cover, which I've never had any of the zip covers. And just by looking at it, I'm kind of like, it's cute. But then I've seen it in person, not in person, but I've seen it in like photos that are not staged. And I do like the way that it looks.
actually cute the more it grows on me, or it has grown on me. So I don't know. Maybe this would be an eventual cover. Again, the A6 size, I've been using an A5. It's kind of been working out for me. I'm not sure what my planner plans are going to be for next year. So I have no idea if I want to stick with A5 or go back to A6. Don't know. All right, I'm going to skip the day free because they're just plain covers. And now we're going to the A5. So here's the A5 solid color covers. And honestly, none of them speak to me. Even the turquoise one, like it's kind of a muted turquoise. To me, it's not fun. It's not bright. So I probably wouldn't get it. This is the Kodue Bino Karan in white. So this is the white background version of that kind of impressionist floral garden. And I do like this one a lot better. So this would be one of the A5s I would get if I were to purchase an A5 cover. Let's see a close-up of it. Yeah, I think that this is a printed, like screen printed cover. And then the inside, if I remember looking at the images, it looked more like almost like a shiny gray. Like, do we see that kind of like slight iridescence to it? It looks really pretty. So I like that one. There's the time traveling bird in the A5. Here's the Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. I wouldn't purchase it, but I do like the Cookie Monster one a little bit better than Elmo. A little bit cuter, I think. I think it's because his eyes are a little bit googly. So that's what I like about it better than Elmo, who's staring like right at you into your soul. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the A5 version. Oh, I did want to note this one. So I had originally seen this one and I like the gray color, which is probably why I like the Woodbird one. And I liked the delicate floral embroidery. I think there was another cover like this last year with the floral embroidery. And I had originally seen, I think, like this photo. And I was like, I could go for this kind of cover. That looks pretty. But then when you look at it close up, and especially when you look at this photo here, like it looks so textured. And to me, not in a good way. Like it looks like that sort of material that like if you had like friction of another piece of material on it, that it would pill or ball up and start to look really worn very quickly. And that really makes me hesitate in wanting to purchase this because this one's again another kind of expensive one because it's a zip cover, because it's Mina Perhonen. This one is $13,750, so I think about $137. I don't know. Once I saw this photo here and the texture on the cover, if there's, it may not even be that all of them have that same texture, but if I were to get one with that texture, I think I wouldn't like it. So I'm going to say no to that one. I don't remember if this is a spring release, like a spring 2020 release. I don't remember it from the fall of last year, but I do think that this is like a fun, bright color. It is a continued design, so nothing new about this one, but I do like the like bright lime green and the yellow and the pink. That one's fun. And then here again, we have the Primavera, although I do like the A6 version better with the red. And then the Hiroshi Hatano lake view. And again, I like the ocean view in the A6 a lot better. So unfortunately, I feel like the A5 covers get a little bit like, I feel like all the good covers are the A6 versions. What are your thoughts on that? All right, moving on to the Hobonichi Weeks. Now, Hobonichi Weeks is the planner that I've been using predominantly and the one that I've been featuring on my YouTube channel. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of planners that I want to get. One, I don't know if I'm going to continue with the weeks next year or just do like a bullet journaling type planner setup instead. The only two Hobonichi Weeks I would get is maybe this mint colored one, because mint is my favorite color. However, I've actually seen, again, those kind of like more real photos that people have taken in person of them. And this is actually this bright and I think a little bit darker. To me, when I looked at the photos, it actually looked a little bit more teal than mint. So I'm actually not leaning away from this one now that I've seen other pictures of it that are not from the website. So that's my thoughts on this one. The cherry blossom one, I'm not a big fan of this pink color. Looks kind of like Pepto-Bismol bubblegum, which is not my favorite color. I mean, I know Pepto-Bismol is a lot brighter and it's more of like this view all pink color, but there's just something about this like bubblegum, almost like a fleshy, dark fleshy color that is not my favorite. Now, this is the only one that I would probably get. It's the Swallows Weeks hardcover book from the Bow and Tie line. The Bow and Tie line is the one that has more of that ribbon, like men's tie look to it and feel to it. I really like this blue, bright blue cover. I like how the swallows are doing different things and going in different directions. I just think that it's really pretty. So if I were to get a cover if I were to get a week's, this is the one I would get. Oh, I like the swallow has a daisy. I know that for the bow tie covers, there's usually like one element that's a little bit different. So that's the daisy. It's really pretty. And that's pretty much it, the Shantan arrival in the weeks. I don't really like this image as much with the bird-like creature walking away from the city. I like the first one from the A6 version. I know a lot of people tend to like the botanical weeks covers. It's cute. I like the color of this one, but I don't actually know what's going on. It's called the Spring Day weeks hardcover, so I don't know if this is like, are we looking at the inside of like looking into the water of like a pool? I can't really tell what's going on in that one, so that makes me not want to get it, even though I do like the color. And that's pretty much it. For the Weeks Mega, the only one that I would maybe consider is the Sneaker Weeks in the bright pink. The only problem is I don't want to get a Sneaker Weeks because it's a soft cover, and I know for me, if I have a bound planner, I'd prefer to have a hard cover. So that kind of makes me want to throw it out, like not consider it. And then for the week's covers, the only one that I really kind of liked is this one. It's a Liberty fabric, so it's going to be expensive, and it's called Forbidden Fruit. So this picture here, it's bright. Like I really like it. And then if you take a look at the details in some of the other pictures, like this one, you can see there's a lot of detail in the birds and the florals. I guess these are these oranges or apples, whatever this fruit is. Like it's really cool. Look at the bird on the ball chain. Like really cool. But then when you look at the overall like aesthetic to it, it's so dark. Like it's like a dark winter cover. And you know, even here when it's vibrant, when the purples and pinks are vibrant looking, it's still dark. And I wouldn't want to carry this around all year. So that kind of, you know, makes me like not want to consider it just because I like the pattern, but I don't like the overall color scheme. And we have the 5-year Techo. I am not investing in a 5-year Techo because I can barely keep track of my own Techo year by year. So that's going to be it for the planners and the planner covers. Now let's go to the accessories. All right, so for the accessories, we have the cover on covers, which if you're not familiar with the cover on cover, it's basically a clear plastic cover that goes around or on the outside of the fabric covers to protect it. And sometimes they have unique patterns and designs. So this one is the Shantan A5 and A6 design. The name of this one is Eric, which I think is this little like tree plant character. It's cute. Let me see if we can get a different image of it. A little bit hard to see. There we go. Again, cute, but probably wouldn't get it. To me, you need to have a solid color cover for that. And if I'm not getting a solid colored cover, I'm probably not going to get this cover on cover. Now, one thing I was thinking of doing is that if I was not going to actually get the A6 planner, either due to money or the fact that I'm not actually using an A6 right now, so why should I get it? That what I could do if I really wanted the bird image, I could get the Hobonichi folders, and they have both the A5 and the A6 with the bird in each packet or in each size. Now it's not going to be as vibrant as if I get the actual color, like the pink background looks a lot more muted, but I still get the image, which I really like. So to me, that's certainly an option, and it's significantly cheaper. Like this is like what, $4 US, $5 US compared to like $40 or something. So that's always an option. The Hobonichi papers, my understanding is it's not your Tomoe River paper, it's more of your like regular notebook paper. So I'm probably not going to get the pages. I don't need additional notebooks. And then the only other like pencil board that I would get, because there's a lot of pencil boards. You can see here, Ranma 1/2, this Japan only, Chibi Maruko-chan, pencil board, Doraemon, Mother, Sesame Street, Astro Boy. The only one that I would actually consider getting is the Shantan Arrival one. And again, this is because I really like that image. And even though it's A6, if I'm using an A5, I can always take the A6, turn it sideways so it fits half of the A5 page, use the pencil board, and always shift the pencil board down to when I'm using it for, like when I get to the next part where I need to have the pencil board. So that's my thinking, where I could get this design. Even though the background is still kind of a tan khaki color, it's a little bit more yellow and less like brown. And so I like that a little bit better. It's a little bit brighter. And I think that's pretty much it. There were a few other items down here. One thing I was considering, again, instead of getting the actual Hobonichi cover, I could always get the handkerchief in this impressionist floral garden. The only thing I wasn't sure about is, should I get the white or the blue? Because the blue is like real blue, but then the white is like a little bit plain, at least as a handkerchief in this image here. So honestly, I'm probably not going to get a handkerchief. I'm probably not going to get this pattern, but it is something to consider. This one's only like, what, $20 instead of, again, the kind of like $40 to $60 planner cover size. So it seems like a better deal if you're just looking to get the pattern. And then the last two things that I thought were interesting was that the Hobonichi website is also doing books that have the artwork in it. So if I was interested in Makoto Wada's artwork, especially the time traveling bird, but then some of the other images, I could get this book. And I think this book is about $22 US. Yeah, 2,200. And so then I'd have like a nice art book. The only thing is, though, then it's an art book and you put it away on a shelf or on a table and you don't get to look at it as much as you would your actual planner. So, and then the last one is Shantan. There's 3 books here. Eric, which I think is this green one, The Arrival, and then this one, Tales from the Inner City. And my understanding is that The Arrival has no words in it. Eric has some words in it. And I have no idea about Tales from the Inner City. But I thought that this would be a great way to get some of the artwork with, again, without having to get the actual cover. And then at least for The Arrival, you can follow the pictures and kind of see what's going on. So I thought that was kind of neat. The plain notebooks, these are always available. I don't know if these are Tomoe River paper. Let's take a look real quick. Yes, this notebook has Tomoe River paper, opens completely flat. So that's something that you could purchase if you wanted to have more of a notebook style and less of a planner. You wanted to do more journaling. That's always an option. And then a lot of the repeat stuff. This Stife Bear I think is super cute, but it's Japan only, and I'm not willing to try and find a third party shipping group to send it to me. So it's super cute. I'd love to get the bear, but probably won't get it ever, which is fine. I should be saving money. And then some other things from last year, cover on covers that are really cute, stencils that are always useful. The clear, completely clear cover on covers, they have these every year. They're super basic, but definitely very useful for different types of planners. The memo pad set, these are possibly useful. I've always considered these as they're a little bit smaller than the size of the planners. So like the weeks size is a little bit smaller than the weeks. The A6 size I think is a little bit smaller. The A5 is a little bit smaller. So I was thinking these would be really good if you wanted to tip in, like you wanted to pull out one page and tape it into your planner, whatever the appropriate size is. So that way you could add, like if you had a lot to journal about, or you wanted to add extra ephemera and like memorabilia and stuff, and photos and stuff, then you could always use those and kind of like add them in for each day. But, you know, that's pretty much it for the accessories. I'll probably still look through a lot of this, but one, this washi is Japan only. Two, I don't really need any more washi. So anyway, that is going to be it for my thoughts and opinions. I would be curious to know which planners or which covers really struck your fancy. Like which ones did you like and which ones you were kind of like, womp womp, not your style at all. So I'd love to kind of read those comments and have that conversation with you. All right, if you have gotten to the very end of this video with me, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. I would love it if you left a comment, like an icon or something, like a heart, could be like a purple or blue heart, or like a flower or something that lets me know that you got to the very end of this. That would be cool. Also, if you could like this video, that would be great as well. Lets me know that you're interested in seeing more Hobonichi planner content and more stuff like this. And that'll be it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you have a great rest of the day. And if not, you have a better day tomorrow. But thanks so much for your support. And I will talk to you down in the comments and see you in the next video. Bye.